That's cool if you don't need to, though. What I'll do until somebody decides to come down into the middle of the beach is I'll just talk about complete nonsense. Yeah. Look at this avatar. This took how many minutes in the end, Aline? Like 17 minutes or something like that to create?
Yeah.
This was a dare, right? So Aline said if I can create an avatar that's at least in somewhat similar, flashlight, that I had to wear it instead, right? So, hey, Mr. VIP, I see you're waving at me. If you got a question, I'm going to assume you do and megaphone you to the room. Okay, everybody can hear you. Go ahead. What can I do for you?
Iron Wolf has joined the
somebody's
space.
muted in
Is
the
this
office
event
menu.
about avatars?
This event is kind of about anything, really. It's just about asking questions about the platform in general. But yeah, if you want to ask about avatars, I can try to help you.
Are there any new ones coming out soon?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of new ones. We've actually got an active community of creators building their own avatars. There's loads of info on our Discord if you're interested in creating your own. And we're working on a fashion show next week. We're going to be doing a custom avatar fashion show to show you all the cool new ones. So that'll be next weekend. I think about a couple of hours after now in terms of time. Am I right? Aline, is that right?
How do you guys make
Is that on
them?
Sunday?
Yeah.
Blender mostly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. They're all GLBs if you're familiar with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Discord,
Shoseki wants me to walk off and back onto the platform, just that I'm not floating in midair. There we go. Nice. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, feel free to make your way down onto the beach if you have any questions, or if you want to come up here, Iron Wolf, you coming up here? You want to ask a question up here? Or you just
yeah,
find
I can. Yeah. Hello, Shane.
How are you doing?
I changed my avatar. Now I cannot change it back.
Oh no.
Is there something wrong with my account somehow, or is it something else?
I would just try. I would try restarting the app. Possibly is a good idea. I had a similar problem myself, and it was able to load again later. I think there's one or two bugs on our side, and there's also some weird stuff going on Ready Player Me's side. But usually it will work with a bit of perseverance.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, everybody's coming up here now. This is cool, right? Great. Yes, go ahead. Come up on stage. Come up here beside me. Let everybody see you. Let's go. Hey, nice. Let's do it like this from now on.
So
I'm a
how
flashlight.
can I not? How couldn't I not enter? How couldn't I not enter from the Italian? I'm sorry, I got confused. I tried to enter this room from Italy, but I couldn't. So I had to use a VPN to get in. So
You couldn't enter from Italy. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And a lot of the worlds we have are hosted on a website called Glitch. There have been some problems with certain internet providers. There might be some settings you can change in your router. I'm liking this. Oh.
Sorry.
Oh. That's okay. Thought we were doing a bit. That's okay. Yeah, you might be able to change some settings in your router. You can also use a VPN like you're using. We can give you some tips on the Discord. We're working on a more permanent solution to this problem as well by moving a lot of our worlds to be hosted on our own servers rather than this third-party website called Glitch.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Nice one. Okay. Oh, Steve, I see you're down at the bottom. I'm going to assume you have a question. I'm going to megaphone you for the space, so go ahead.
Really?
You're live.
I have a question?
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm, it's a little early for me. I don't have a question yet. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll give us a hot take. What do you think about what's going on here?
Okay, never mind.
Oh no. I'll
no.
I'll just back away from that one. Thanks, Steve. Let's see. Lee, I'm going to megaphone you for a laugh. Tell me about why it was so important that I had a fleshlight avatar this week for you. Because honestly, I got a kick out of how much you got a kick out of it.
I don't know. I thought it would be interesting because I wanted to see you like blown up
Nice.
in the
On the big
in
screen.
sky. Yeah.
Right. That's fun.
Yeah.
Well, we could set up a private session. We could get together after this, me and you, and I could put loads of avatars up on that big screen if you want.
Oh my God.
You up for it? We don't have to wait till the AMA. I mean,
Oh my.
no.
No. I just wanted a quickie.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. I understand. A one-off. Nice. Like it. Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of funny, and like I say, as long as I don't get cancelled, I'd be up for trying to make this a tradition that maybe once a week, the craziest avatar that's out there, I go to try and wear it, and then at the last minute, Aline rushes like crazy to try and make something as an alternative so that I don't wear it. I'm cool with that to see where that goes, but yeah. Sorry, Agoshti 2. I noticed you were near the front of the beach there. Did you have a question? No, you didn't. You were just wandering about. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess, guys, honestly, most of you guys have been here now for quite a while, and I guess there really isn't a whole lot of questions, and that's fine because Casper, there you go. Go ahead.
So, like, keeping with the topic of the avatars, can you tell us a little bit more about the fashion show and like how many curators are going to be involved in the?
I can. Did I see Faye jump into this world at any point? I thought maybe it would be a good opportunity for her to update us because I don't know if I have the latest numbers. I think there's about 8
I can talk
creators
about
right
it.
now. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Aline.
So we have 4 creators confirmed with about 18 avatars, but there's still quite a lot on the list which haven't submitted anything yet. So it's probably gonna be more.
Nice.
And those who haven't submitted, we're calling you out. Yeah, but I think it should be fun.
What's the deadline for submitting the avatars?
That's a good question. I guess probably by maybe Friday of next week, Aline. What do you think? You need some time to get them assembled for the show.
Yeah, I would say Friday night, 12 o'clock in your time zone.
And
Then I have.
Is there like a special prize for like the top of like most liked avatar? Anything of that?
That's a good
Is
question.
there like an incentive?
I think what we were planning on doing was rewarding all of the participants with a prize for taking part.
Nice.
But that the actual first
Look at
place
that
prize
sounds awesome.
would be a kind of a kudos. I actually think it could be something that we can continue to run, regularly, maybe once every couple of months. We have another avatar fashion show, right? It could be really
Shane?
cool. Sorry. Yes, go ahead.
How about the winner's avatar? You have to wear it on the next AMA.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Curious
There you go.
Tomato has joined the space. Bob
Yeah,
Morris
that
has
sounds
joined
good
the
to me.
space.
We flashlight too.
I can just do it up and down this catwalk, this little mini catwalk I've got here. I can just do a couple of laps. Let's go like this.
I have another follow-up
Go ahead.
of curating. I've seen I've been having issues with my Wi-Fi, but I've been consistent in the Discord. I've been seeing a lot of worlds being, spoofed up now. Do we have a total of the new worlds that are made?
A total of the new worlds
that are
That's a good
published,
question.
technically.
I think we're up over 200 now, Aline. Isn't that right?
Oh, snap crackle. That's amazing.
I think we're up
Featured
over 200
ones.
worlds. Yes.
That's a good question. I Wait, that can't be.
Is
That
there a system
shows
in?
over 1,000.
Oh,
Simon has
right.
joined
Wow.
the space.
Right, let's see. 4.
Is there a way of finding out like a system of like getting a
I mean,
tally? Oh,
you can.
Or just-
you can. There's 9 per
Classic
page in
Rose
the
has joined the
featured
right.
space.
You
screen,
start
so
counting that,
30
exactly.
people.
Okay.
9
Yeah,
times the
spaces
number of
that
pages.
Right. Cool. That's awesome.
And that's just for the featured pages.
Maybe it's
Featured
closer to
Mhm.
150.
Right.
Yeah. Obviously, exactly as Zell pointed out, that's featured worlds, but there's quite a number of worlds that people are working on that have yet to be released. We're
Mhm.
seeing teaser images being dropped into the Discord pretty much daily at this point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, any other thoughts or questions around the fashion show?
I think I'm just gonna, really looking forward to it, and like I hope that my internet doesn't yank me off it.
Awesome.
Are people going to be like trying to implement like I heard someone trying to like implement like weapons or like objects to carry like a backpack material, like you see that on the Discord someone mentioned?
Oh, like an inventory
For the-
system.
Yeah, like an inventory, like one of their avatars can like carry like some kind of object they can pull out
Sure.
and bring it into other worlds. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. No. It's something that's come up a few times. In fact, it's hard to know where we should sort of I guess build out some of this technology stack, right? Where the line is in terms of what should be created within a world and what should be platform wide, let's say. But
Right.
we actually have some things that we were interested in experimenting with. But yeah, right. So you want to be able to have things, bring things out, share things. I think a lot of the recent conversation was around being able to share pictures, right? Being able to
Mhm.
maybe take an image from your computer and just pull it into the 3D world and share it with people. We had an interesting take on that, and I mean, this is as good a time as any to solicit some feedback on it, I guess. But some of you may have seen a world that one of our own made, Skizot's phone test world, right?
Mhm.
Well, we were kind of imagining what would it be like if your menu could kind of be a phone form factor and could just be, in your hand, and then you swipe it with your other hand. And we thought it could be cool if it was possible to synchronize that so that you could bring an image up on your phone and just show it to somebody, or maybe swipe it up onto the big screen and share it like that, or pull it out in 3D space and stick it up on a wall. So I guess that's one area that we're excited about, how that could kind of work, and we plan to have Banter on Android phones as well. So this could line up quite well in terms of that consistent experience on our mobile app, on our mobile menu, let's say, whether you're in VR or not, with your virtual version of your phone and your physical version. Does that make sense?
Sounds awesome. Yeah. I've seen it implemented in other worlds, but they're mainly PC, like Resonate has that kind of thing. You can like pull out files and documentations and just pull them up and like blow it up and like put it on screen or like make it a tiny. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
With Pro Flux.
Yeah, it's definitely really cool. I think one thing that's probably worth considering there is that it's possibly less practical on a standalone headset, which I know a lot of people will be using. But if you're on PC,
right,
it's kind of perfect because you can pull in any old image you want. But if it's on your standalone headset, then it's really only sharing, let's say, screenshots or other images you may have captured in games on your headset. And you know what?
Right.
Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's enough. Maybe that's stuff you'll want to share anyway. We're I'm sure a lot of you have seen the selfie camera that's sitting right over there, right? This is kind of part of this process as well. But we imagine this cell phone form factor menu system we imagine that it could also have a camera in there, right? And that's your selfie camera, and that it has much of the same capability as this selfie stick-based camera over here, and that you can take those kinds of pictures really easily and then share them, with other people in worlds, just kind of like you do in real life, in a way. So, yeah, I definitely think that there's some interesting things to explore there, and I definitely think whatever way it ends up, it's something that people will find valuable.
Right. Oh, Iron Wolf.
Thanks, Casper.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for answering.
Go ahead, Iron Wolf. What can I do you for?
Yes, I was just thinking about the fashion show. Is it around this time in the afternoon, or is it later or earlier, or what time should it be? Do you think?
I think it would be about
It's earlier.
Earlier than now.
Yes.
Oh.
I think it was about 2 hours earlier.
There you go.
Okay.
2 hours before now. In your relative time zone. Sorry, my dogs are going nuts. Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a small point. I only caught the end of what Casper was talking about there with the different file types that you could bring up in other worlds.
Yes.
I'm sure you're completely aware of this, but say for instance in spatial, I'm able to open up my Google Drive, and I can pull in GLB files. I can pull in a JPEG or a video file, and I could just drag it straight in there and use it. It would be absolutely a dream come true if we could get that in here. I'm sure you're aware of that already. I just thought I'd make the point that you can get direct access to something like my Google Drive, and then anything you dump in there, you can pull it down straight into spatial at the minute.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an interesting idea. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So from my experience in spatial, this feature is cool and fun, but it results that a lot of people just pull out a 50 million triangle 3D scan and crash the whole space for everyone. That's just always you have to think about when something like this is there. There are just assholes that want to ruin the fun for everyone.
Yeah, well, obviously I'm not a techie, so I'm looking at it from the other side. But I totally get that.
Turn into a very ugly moment.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of other things there, right? So I mean, in terms of being able to just pull in general media files, PDFs, videos, images, audio files, and being able to share those.
Exactly, and if you're creating, if you're sort of wanting to do some in-world creation, it's quite a liberating experience for somebody who's not particularly a techie person to be able to sort of have a space that you can pull artwork in or whatever, and just put it on the wall. It's quite a great, it has a real sort of positive sort of feel to it doing that.
Yes, no, definitely agreed. And the Google Drive idea is a good one because it kind of gets around the problem with not being able to access anything on the Quest, because that's your bridge, right? You can get at everything between different things. I see Anders just arrived. You missed it, Ander. I had a flashlight earlier. Now I'm a flashlight. So you missed it.
I have a little correction for the time of the fashion show. It's actually an hour later than now.
That's what I thought.
It's not earlier. It's an hour later than now.
There you go.
Helen has joined the space.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so I see there's a couple of people standing just a little bit up the beach there. I don't know if you guys have questions or if you're just standing around. Maybe not.
Well, I can ask something. I can ask something.
Yes, go right ahead.
Will finger tracking will be available?
Yes, finger tracking will be available. Maybe a ballpark estimate, I would say, by the end of the year. We're probably going to focus on body tracking first, and then finger tracking after that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
I can wear
no
a
problem.
full
Yeah,
body
woohoo.
outfit.
Full dancing. Woohoo!
You
Whole
got it.
dancing.
Yeah. Body
Oh,
tracking.
dear.
Myself and Bob, we were the OGs in Altspace. We used to Bob in the back there. Bob was the original OG, really. He was rocking body tracking in 2015, 2016 on a platform a lot of us know called Altspace. And yeah, not long after he was doing it, I started doing it, and yeah, it was. It's definitely fun. It's definitely a whole lot of expressiveness. And what's interesting about it, in particular, is that it's fun for those who aren't doing it because you get that extra feeling of presence of being with somebody who's using body tracking, let's say, and yeah, it definitely you get more immersion just by being near somebody who's using it. So I'm looking forward to it becoming, accessible enough that a lot of people can get access to it, and you can use it on a headset like this. Let's see, Three-Eyed Tiger, I see you're in front there. I'll go ahead and megaphone you. You're live
Thank
to the
you,
room
Shane.
if you've got a question.
I do. I don't know how popular this will be, but I've noticed there's an increasing trend in sort of a lot of apps, certainly on the Meta Quest, taking on the Meta's avatar system with all this clothing
Gotcha.
store in it. Is there any intention in Banter to implement that?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think internally within the team, it's not a very popular avatar system internally, unfortunately. We're not super fond of trying to buy into something that's more typically dedicated towards one platform. And the avatars actually Meta have can be used on multiple platforms, but really when you get into the grains of working with them, they're designed to be used with the rest of the Oculus platform services and the whole user system and all of that kind of thing. And without that, it becomes quite a lot of work and mess to build that in yourself. So as it stands right now, we're kind of in this nebulous where we're leaning pretty heavily on Ready Player Me, but we're also looking towards the future in terms of what our own kind of custom avatar system could look like and how much that might be able to support, right? And maybe looking at a spectrum of different formats or avatar types there that maybe we can try to include. But yeah, I mean, as it stands right now, Ready Player Me is kind of where it's at, but thankfully it's pretty easy to import custom avatars into Ready Player Me, and you can get loads of help to do that on our Discord.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dusty, I hope you're gonna point at me and then swing around and point at everybody in the room while you make a point about how everybody's doing or not doing something. There you go. That's it. Slowly. That's it. Point at them. Menacingly. Is that it? Is that all the question? If it was, that'd be beautiful. I'd say kudos. If you just came up here just to point. Okay, go ahead.
Opinion on pineapple pizza.
Oh my god.
I'm not a fan.
Yes!
Not a fan.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
That's a pretty epic AMA
I
question
needed that.
right
Thank
there.
you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to oblige. That's
I have
great.
to admit,
Okay.
that's my favorite pizza.
Oh my god.
Oh
No,
no.
it's an
Sorry to hear
abomination.
I guess it takes all
It's
sorts.
wrong.
I'm right there with you, Aline.
Everyone
I'm
can be
right
wrong in
there
their own way.
with you.
Oh boy.
It's fine.
Here we
I
go.
ban myself.
I never love pizza.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well, there you go. That was quite dramatic. So,
Alright.
if anybody, if you want to take a
Alan
moment,
has joined the space.
yeah,
We barely
we can.
knew.
Aline's back.
she's back.
Everything's okay. Go ahead,
This new
Kage.
version doesn't like pineapple though. Hey Shane,
That's
just real
right.
quick for you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buzz going around about people returning their Vision Pros, and we always, these couple weeks, have at least one question about the Vision Pro, so I'll ask this one. Has the news of people returning the Vision Pro and the adoption rate, which was already low, looking like it's that population is getting even smaller with that. Just has that tainted your want to adopt it more into Banter, or is that, you know, quelled
Informal Green has
that
joined the
desire a little bit
space.
to do so?
I don't think it's changed anything internally for us. But honestly, I would take everything's so volatile right now. It's hard to know what to believe. I don't know for sure what is true and what isn't, right? It seems like one day it's the Vision Pro subreddits and community are raiding the Oculus Quest community, and the next day it's the Oculus Quest community raiding, you know. So honestly, I saw one statistic which said that nearly 3/4 of people had said on Cult of Mac, which is a Mac website, that they were going to return them, but there's no verification of purchase there, so you can't really be 100% sure that that data is valid. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know somebody who's returned one. I'll say that. I don't know somebody. And I know a lot of people who aren't happy with it exactly and wish it was more and feel like it's the potential of the future but not quite there yet, right? These are things I'm hearing thrown around a lot, but they haven't sent them back. They still have them. Mine is in transit. I'm gonna expire the 2-week return window before it even arrives, so I'm screwed regardless. But yeah, but no, it hasn't stopped our ambition to want to get Banter running on it. I think for some of the team internally, that's a bit of a personal desire of theirs, right? So it would probably take a lot to kind of shake them off that, and I think there's multiple people internally that feel that way. So.
Okay. I guess one more other question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
In the same realm, have you heard that the PSVR 2 is getting PC support?
Yes, I did. In fact, this was the subject of our tech waffle. It's a perfect. Honestly, guys, that's an organic plug, right? This wasn't pre-prepared. We have an event yesterday, tech waffle. We talked about PSVR 2 working on PC. I swear, 100% that's organic. But yeah, I think there's two ends of the spectrum, and I think maybe I'm a bit more on the pessimistic side, and let's say Bob is a bit more on the optimistic side. He thinks that they might make it so that you can just outright use the headset with your PC. I think they're going to do something a bit closer to like streaming, where it streams through the PS5, but you still have to use a PS5 to do it. So I'm not too sure. I think what Sony might be doing is trying to get ahead of the people who are going to enable this anyway in the homebrew community, and they're trying to enable something so that that doesn't happen, and so that they still have control over it. And for that reason, like I said, so that people still have to buy a PS5 in order to do it, you know? So that's what my gut says. I don't know. Who knows? We talked about it at length at the Tech Waffle. We do that once a week, by the way. Another plug, totally organic. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to see the PC VR market kind of get a bit of a shake-up with another $500 headset that could come in and work out of the box with your PC. That would be amazing. I don't know. I'm probably going to offend a few people who I'm close to when I say this, but this trend of headsets that cost more than $1,000, that's not going to work. You know what I mean? That's yeah. We need headsets that are aiming for that. You know, somewhere in the middle price point of sort of $500, $600, $700. And yeah, I would love if the PSVR 2 could slot right into that. But I don't think that's going to happen.
Let's hope so. All right.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is Sony kind of they killed it when it came to the first big wave of VR back in 2016, right? By 2019 or something, they announced they had 5 million units in the space, which at the time was a lot. I don't think Rift or Vive had crossed 1 million units each at that stage, so they basically won the race in the first iteration of VR. And then things tapered off a little bit, and then standalone exploded things again. I realize I need to wrap this up because we are about a minute away from the end of the event, and I can hear Shoseki from my headphones on my desk, and I didn't know what he said, but I had an idea, and now I can hear him laughing a little bit. But yeah, we're going to now jump into another event. It is our Space Makers event. It's pretty much the same thing, but in another space, and some of the questions might be about making spaces or not. That's cool too. Thank you all for coming. We do this once a week. Every wave randomly, some direction in the air at Shoseki, who's live streaming this to a couple of people who might be watching on YouTube. But yeah, with that said, let's see.